So you're looking at the top of the pile now. I've reached about the halfway point and have just put in my 5 biodynamic preps. So in each corner and the center, you'll see just a little bit of definition change. So what I did is I took about 2 handfuls of peat moss and laid that down as a sort of a pillow for the 5 different preparations, which are of course the biodynamic preparations. And in this case it's 502, they call it. They started off with 500 because 500 was the horn manure, and it had 500 million microbes in it, or was it billion, I'm not sure. And so that started off the 500, and then we went to 501 and all the way up to 507. So in this case for the compost pile, we're using 502, which is yarrow, 503 is chamomile, 504 is stinging nettle, 505 is oak bark, and 506 is dandelion. So it's kind of interesting. I typed this sheet on how to place them, and I'm bringing it to you here so you can see that this was what a grin. I actually typed this in black, and the rain Mother Nature's provided today, and the wording has changed and added a little bit of rainbow effect to it. So up in that far left corner over here is the 502, 503 the chamomile, in the far right corner stinging nettle in the middle, and oak bark and dandelion on the left and right, as close to you. So once those that teaspoon or so of prep is which is a powdery kind of colloidal sort of product, is put into the pile, and then I cover it with another 2 handfuls of the peat moss. There's other ways of doing it, other methodologies of placing it. Each prep relates to a specific organ in your body, so you can decide where the head is and where the lungs are and where the heart, where the kidneys, where all that is, and place them that way. You can build your pile and stick a rod through it and drop the preps down down the hole that the rod made. And I choose to do it this way. It's sort of I come in contact with the prep and I put it into a little bed and pillow. It's sort of a meditation, if you may, experience for me, and so I just have a closer relationship to it, and perhaps it enhances the cosmic effects of what the preps do. The farmers that do this as a business, as a way of everyday way of life, they feel as though it's significant in the heat exchange. It balances out the spikes of the heat. And of course the biodynamic methodology is a static pile. Once you build the pile, you just wait for whatever period of time. If you're wanting compost in 4, 5, 6 months, then you can harvest. If you're waiting for that non-water soluble, super enriched product called humus, then you wait about 9 months, and it keeps on changing. And because it has a life, then anything that is alive can die. And if you leave compost in a pile long enough, it'll actually turn to sand. So it requires some due diligence, and of course, if you're interested in compost and the rewards that it gives you, then it has a high value of keeping in touch with it. You know, get one of your 3-foot, 30-inch long thermometer, and look at the temperature every day if you want, or a couple times a day, or every other day or something, and just watch the heat. And you can have an experience with that. If you don't want to afford the thermometer, the compost thermometer, which is anywhere from $30 to $100, then you can just stick a rod in there and pull it out, and I guarantee you it'll be so hot you won't keep your hand on it at the beginning anyway. So anyway, that's it about the biodynamic preps. We'll be continuing on with the different layers, alternating layers, and of course putting the skin on the outside to protect it from the environment while it's going through its growing up stage.